recently we've had another tragic death of another child. The 14-year-old child in the Manchester area was killed just a few weeks ago by a pack of dogs in a house belonging to the owner of the dogs. Media reports suggest that the child had entered the property on her own with food and that the dogs perhaps reacted to the food. That may be the case, we'll never know, unfortunately. What is interesting though is that the owner of the dogs had commented on her own. She has a Facebook page and had commented on her own Facebook page as far back as July last year, saying that those dogs were dangerous and were out of control. And yet, rather than tackle that issue, she allowed those dogs to continue to be out of control, which eventually resulted in the death of a child. Now, I'm not sure, I'm certain that the owner of those dogs never intended that to happen. She perhaps didn't realise that there was a potential that could happen. But what we've got here is a tragedy. We have a dead child, we have 4 dead dogs.
The 14-year-old girl unfortunately got killed by the pack of dogs in my house. Obviously, no one really knows what happened there, how many dogs attacked her, did one dog attack, did all dogs attack? But bottom line is, when you've got a pack of dogs, they do behave in a pack mentality. So you have to be very, very careful. And as far as having a pack of dogs, was they exercised enough? Was they disciplined? Was they fed enough? If you know a dog or not, when the owner's not there, there should be a pack leader that the dogs respect and listen to. So if that person wasn't there, which we know that she wasn't, the dogs were not in control. They were not controlled. They were not disciplined. So the poor girl went into the house, and obviously look what happened. It just proves that a dog needs to have leadership. Someone needs to be in charge, and the dogs need to have somebody that they respect and listen to, because if you don't, you've got a dangerous dog on your hand.
We've got a needless death again, and this is based, what we have to understand is, the lady who owns the dogs has 4 powerful breeds of dog in her house that she admits herself were untrained, unsocialised and protective of their property and protective of her. This death was completely needless, could easily have been avoided. The deaths of the dogs could have been avoided had she educated not just herself around dogs, but her own children and friends of her children that were visiting the property. We have a tragic death, and it's another one in a long line of deaths of children because people are failing to train and raise and socialise their dogs properly. They're leaving them in vulnerable positions where they're entering properties on their own, they're being left with animals on their own without the understanding of what the capabilities of those animals are. And this is not just necessarily about the fact that these dogs are big, powerful dogs. Any breed of dog could have done this. But what we've got is yet another waste of life because people have failed their dogs and they've failed their children. The owner of those dogs is not going to be prosecuted because the incident happened in private property. However, when the legislation changes in a few weeks' time, that owner could easily face prison sentence. But what's happened, it's not going to bring back the child. The child is still dead, and we have to have preventative measures. It's no good acting after the fact. The horse has bolted, the child is dead. There's nothing that we can do to bring that child back. We need to stop these incidents from happening at all in the future. We can only do that with a programme of education.